Welcome to Sunday Live and thank you for joining us today. Today we're taking a look at some Hansen 1902 spring ties. So we just brought in a bunch of new styles. We have long and regular, not in every single style, but we do try to bring in quite a few longs as well because we have a lot of customers who love the longs. All of our Hansen 1902 ties are made in Italy. We work with a great silk company out of California, and then everything is done up in Italy. Everything will have our Hansen 1902 tag, and then everything does have a little made in Italy tag on it as well. Almost all of the ties that we're going to look at has the same fabric backing all the way throughout to keep really that unison look, which is why we just love all these different ties. Every tie I'm going to show you, it does retail for $155, so that is the price point on these. There are a couple that are unlined in the back, so if you really like that feel and how those tie, I do have a couple of those. I'll show you one of them. I'm not going to go through every single tie that we did bring in, but I'm just going to bring up and show you guys a bunch of different ones that we have. You can find them all on hansensclothing.com. So it's just kind of the first one. Great navy. I love the intricate little lines throughout this one, and can't ever go wrong with blue. This one has been our popular one so far. A couple of these, I'm not going to call them wild, but have a little bit more color throughout, do have an accent color on the back. So this is one of them that does have that accent on the back. Most of them are same fabric throughout. But all of them, like I mentioned, are that $155 in price point here. Purple has been doing well for us, so I'm going to show you another one here, just a little bit more in that lavender in color, but just great little print throughout. And if you're just jumping on, these again are all made in Italy. They all retail for that $155 in price. Green has been extremely popular, especially in a suit jacket color, or in the jacket and trouser. So we did bring a couple that have little hints of green, nothing that is pure green, but if you wanted to accent some green, that'd be one of them. And then the other one is actually a lot more subtle, and it's a dot tie, but it's white and green dots alternating with that navy backing. So this one's actually probably one of my favorites that we brought in. Again, that $155 in price. We do have paisleys too, if you are a fan of paisleys. This just has a little bit of gold throughout with some blue, kind of more of that denim blue in color, which is looking great. This is, again, I love these subtle, when you kind of get in with those browns and blues. It's been really pretty here this fall. We do have some more of the textured, I should say almost all these are 100% silk. There are some that have some silk and cotton, and more of their like grenadine in style, this would be one of them. Obviously, you can see the texture and you'll feel the texture as well. Now in this video, you can't feel it, or in a photo, you can't feel it, but it is there. If you like a textured tie, we definitely have a few of those throughout here. And then just another simple one. Sometimes I love a simple tie. Just a little bit with that goldy orange and white polka dot throughout on a navy backing. And then I did mention that we had a couple unlined ones. This is one of them. So they're very lightweight. There's no interior backing or anything throughout. So it has a little bit of texture through the middle, but it does not have any of that. So it's very light. Again, they're still made in Italy. Retails for that $155 in price. And we just went with a very traditional pattern with that navy and red. And jump to another stripe here. Love the grays in this with that little bit of khaki brown. And there's a little hint of blue too. So that was a favorite of mine, $155. And as I mentioned, not all these are coming in along. Some are, but on our site, you'll see exactly which ones are there. And if you want a little bit more color, a little bit more wild, again, as I mentioned, the other one does have that blue backing or a different backing on it. So doesn't this one, but I think these are about the only, there might be one other one that has a little bit more of a wild pattern to it that has that. Otherwise, everything does have that matching. And again, they're still that $155 in price. And do a few more and then we'll call it good here. If you like a little bit more of the traditional stripe, but with a little bit more dimension, this would be a great option with those reds, blues, and again, it's more of that silver in color as well. And then if you're looking for more of a plaid, these used to be really popular. They're kind of coming back. So we did bring one in this spring. Used to see a lot more plaid ties. Haven't seen them for a while. So we did bring that back here for this spring, $155. And then the last one I'm gonna show is just a medallion one. Again, simple with those blues and browns. Retails for that $155. Everything's made in Italy. We absolutely love these ties. They have a great hand. Like I said, most of them are 100% silk. It will say if there's a cotton mix within it when you're looking at our site. And I should say the yellow one I have on as well is from this spring, along with our pocket squares that we'll be putting up as well. I know these aren't live yet, but all of our ties for spring 23 are up on hansensclothing.com. If you have any questions, you can always give us a call at 712-262-2085. Thank you for joining us today.